Okay. Darkness Within. In Pursuit of Loath Nolder. Let's see what this game's all about. Standard. Let's go detective mode. I don't want to make it too easy. A little loud. Let me turn the game volume down just a little bit.
Men of broader intellect know that there is no sharp distinction
Lovecraft.
betwixt the
I didn't
real
know this was a
and the
Lovecraft game.
unreal.
Oh, yeah. Wells Moth Mental Institution.
They say that I am mad.
Oh?
They said that two locals found me in the morning, 7 miles from the town of Windlaps. I was laughing and muttering meaningless gibberish to myself. I was cursing and arguing with myself. A raving madman with burning eyes, lost in the dark depths of his own merciful delirium. They say that I have been searching for a particular grave in the local cemeteries. They were right. If you knew whose grave it was, you would understand.
Oh, okay.
So my behavior, which seemed abnormal, had nothing to do with madness. You must understand that.
If you say so.
If you knew what had happened to me, then you would, I promise, also understand the reasons for my behavior. It all started on that cold November day. That was when I was given the case of the fugitive suspect, Loath Nolder, a man whose intelligence I greatly admired.
Okay.
He had returned after 5 years of traveling to bizarre locations and had become the primary murder suspect in the first case he took on.
Oh.
It was Loath Nolder who left Wellsmouth those 5 years ago, but was he the same man who returned? That's the question.
Is it?
This I will leave to the judgment of the readers of these notes. They tell me that I've been here in the Wellsmouth Mental Institution for 2 weeks now.
Oh.
Is it really that long? I cannot say. I do not remember the first 8 days.
But how do you know it was 8 days?
The doctors tell me I am making progress.
Oh, great.
I think they are lying. It takes me longer every day to remember where I am, even who I am, after I wake up from the dreams.
The dreams, okay.
That's why it is essential to keep these notes as I struggle to convince myself that I am really mad. Because before the night that I was found, I looked into the deepest wells of madness more than any man alive.
Oh.
Yes, I am definitely mad. I must be. Because everything I have seen through the eyes of insanity's omnipresent soul.
Okay. I love that those birds are just gliding across the sky. Not a single one of them are flapping their wings. A whole bunch of birds just soaring in unison. Oh, is it a point and click? Can't open their door. There's no handle on it. Handle to open this door. No handle to open this door. Emptiness. I feel like there is something in the darkness and I'm being pulled toward it. No handle. No handle. Well, there has to be something in here. Oh. Oh? just barely see something there. Huh. What does this mean? Who drew all of this graffiti? Lock is broken. There we go. There's a door I can enter. Ah, what a beautiful room. Reminds me of somewhere. Oh no. This... It's locked? You're a detective and the sight of a dead body is that horrific to you? First time? New detective?
Oh,
Ah,
another
another
nightmare.
nightmare.
What's going on with these dreams I've been having lately? So vivid. Almost as if they were real.
Will you answer the phone? Oh, where's the phone? There we go. Answer it. Answer it.
No new messages.
Answer the phone. Answer.
Yes, Arthur?
Where were you? I've been trying to contact you for hours.
Sleeping.
What's the problem, Arthur?
Sleeping.
Loath Nolder escaped from the hospital last night. I've been calling you for hours with the news.
I was sleeping.
Strange. I never heard the phone.
Check your answering machine. I left several messages.
Anyway, what happened with Loath?
No one knows. It's like he just vanished out of the place overnight.
Poof.
Okay, I'm on my way in now.
Just poof.
Are you feeling alright?
I was sleeping.
Just a little tired, Arthur. I must have overslept last night. Nothing to worry about.
Okay. I'll see you soon.
Achievement unlocked. In pursuit of Loath Nolder. Yeah. Land and my mares? What? Huh? Preface. There are times when even the howlings of the fearful sirens are not enough to affect one. And there are such times when even the withered moon that is hidden behind a cloud can affect and shatter a life which is in the darkness of a cave. Illusions of myths that are long forgotten affect and dominate the imagination unexpectedly. Thus, some people imagine primordial forests in which thousands of unknown life forms are living. Dark cities where life ended eons ago, and deserts where the highest towers of those dark cities are now no more than similar pieces of rock revealing only very tiny portions, like the tip of an iceberg. They wander in vast crypts which are full of the permanent smell of death, and in places where one can remember that beauty and splendor had once existed, proving that no beauty and splendor can exist forever. Some folks observe fascinating and dreadful details which others miss. And even if these details are sufficient to make them crazy, one can understand their meanings. But these details are carved into the minds of the ones who deliberately miss them, and in time they change into myths which in turn induce consternation. Sometimes the past that should be dead shows itself cruelly in instant hallucinations and enchanted dreams. In such situations, a person can only have peace when he forgets everything. The fundamental thing is that really time is the only friend of forgetfulness. Friendships are not eternal. Peace is a luxury which can be obtained through eternal sleep for those who do not have Nepenthe. Edward Pickman. Or by Pickman. Burnt House, Time of the Triumphant Witch. Monstrous Eye. Yeah. Can't open any of the other ones. Okay. What about day 1, the beginning, November 5th? That's the clock. Okay. One of the paintings by the young and infamous painter Harry Wilcox. Last year he died in a tragic car accident. He used to say that he had a bright future ahead of him. That thing that I missed. Who was my friend? Okay. Gotcha. Anything else in here? I can go further this way. Ah, I like that painting. Nightmare. Yeah, I can't. You're moving too fast, and I talk quick, or I read quickly, so that's, what's this? Rubaiyat. One of my favorite books of poetry. Nice. What's this? Ooh, pretty. Alright. What's this door? I keep my clothes and some other things in here. Nothing of interest. Ooh. My pistol I'm keeping in my bedroom just in case. The ring was left to me by my father. It was given to him by his father. My father says the symbol on it is the symbol of our family. It's very precious to me. Okay. Am I gonna take? I'm not gonna take it. Why does the bottom of that look like brick? I don't know. Okay. Nothing of interest, apparently. Can't go there. I don't know which one goes. Bathroom. Nice. Let's see. Is there a flashlight somewhere? Alright. Oh. I got a key. Okay. Nothing else. This is my apartment still? Yes. Okay, so... Oh. Okay. Oh. Alright. This office has been mine since I was promoted to police detective.
Well,
Nice.
never much happening here.
Yeah?
Just run-of-the-mill cases and paperwork to catch up on. That's my normal working day.
I'd
But
take
not
it
with
over.
this case. I've got to admit, it's been good to be dealing with something a little out of the ordinary for once.
Thank God someone murdered someone else. Now my job actually has some use. Dude. Kinda cringe. Not gonna lie. Register of death. Clark Field. With single... What's this? Ah. Deceased was found on the borders of the Northwood Forest, about 85 miles north of Wellsmith Town Center. An ID was found on him, and for identification, his brother Jonathan Field was summoned. He identified the deceased and added that he had been missing for some time. He explained that he hadn't reported this to the police since he received a packet with a letter which told him not to do so. He said that he had hired a private detective, Loath Nolder, to find his brother and had given the aforementioned packet to him. Interesting. Okay.
These are investigation pictures taken at Loath Nolder's office.
Oh.
There was nothing there when we first searched the place. I have examined the place several times since then, but couldn't find any clues.
Okay.
That office is the only property Nolder owns. He even sold his house to help pay for his strange travels around the world. So why didn't he sell his office as well? I think I'd better take these pictures with me. Maybe there's something here we're not seeing.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay. My house, Loath Nolder's office, my office. I guess we're going to Loath Nolder's office at the moment. Check it out again. Interesting. Okay, so it's just showing me driving. Why am I always driving down the exact same road to get to different places, though? Loath Nolder's office. Nothing was found during the police investigation because every record had been strangely effaced. The office has a hushed, expectant air as though it is hiding secrets and has been waiting 5 years for Loath Nolder's return. Okay.
There wasn't this much mess the last time I was here. It's been sealed for police investigation, but someone's been in here. Who was it?
Who was it?
And
Who?
why?
Loath Nolder
There's nothing
escaped.
important here. It's almost empty.
The calendar is 5 years old. Must be from just prior to his sudden decision to travel abroad. He was this African and oceanic. Oh, achievement unlocked. The onlooker sees all. What did I see? Uh-huh. Okay. Earthquake hit Brungston just after 3 a.m. Yes, okay. Exciting coincidence. Recently in the coal mine that belongs to the Big Mole Mining Company in the town of Brungston, an exciting coincidence occurred. Many archaeologists consider this the most mysterious and exciting discovery in recent years. A room was found with an entrance covered with figures, reliefs, and unexplained drawings. It is explained that this could possibly be a part of some prehistoric underground region of a settlement. The operation of the mine was stopped immediately until a complete investigation of the region is carried out. First archaeologist who investigated the region, David R. Heidson, explained that the remains do not belong to any civilization known to date and that they are from very ancient times. Definitive conclusions will be available only after a complete examination. Okay? There's nothing else over here. Nothing. Okay. I need to go over it this way, please. Can I look at the... I cannot look at those photos from over here. Oh, style of these paintings is not typical of those on display in your average office. Okay. This room is used for storing registers. It looks like it was emptied some time ago. Okay. Oh, the line is dead. Okay. Oh, okay. Seems to be a list of some symbols. I have no idea what they were used for. Wellsmith, Myths and Legends of an Ancient Town. Preface. This book is about the folk. I vaguely remember my grandfather telling me some of them. Eother's Curse may be one of the oldest myths of the region. Although controversy surrounds its origins, the generally accepted version goes back to ancient times. The natural phenomenon, which occurs every year at particular times on the Northwood Mountain, cannot be explained completely even today. Strong winds, which with horrible rumblings sprayed dust and small stone pieces throughout some caves and cracked rocks in the Northwood Mountains. These pieces of stone rain down onto the nearby town and are seen after a strong earthquake, which is different than the ordinary small ones which happen in the Wellsmith first-degree earthquake zone. It is a well-known fact that the first settlement of the Wellsmith district was set up in the forest-clad Northwood region where, because of its altitude, the climate was especially harsh during most of the year. This region also includes the Northwood Mountains, which is mentioned in many of the myths. The large Northwood forest covers the area like a thick blanket up to a foot of the mountain and out of a few glades and provides no suitable place for habitation. But in these glades, the soil is very fertile and abundant, and hence a small town was built around the Wolf Spray Pond, which also gave its name to the town. Later, the name of the town was changed to Windlaps. Okay, according to the Iather's Curse myth, the folk of Wolf Spray encountered a small, harsh-looking, hostile folk. A hint is what? I'm reading. Who for a long time lived on some of the plateaus on the Northwood Mountain. They found some of the traditions and behavior of these people who called themselves either absolutely disgusting. After a time when some strange disappearances started to occur, everyone started to be uncomfortable, and the Aether, which were forcibly driven out from the plateaus on which they were living. After this incident, it is said that the Aether's curse started and is widely believed that this is the price for that banishment. Very strange things were said about the traditions of the Aether, which made the folk of Wolfspray very apprehensive. It is related in the rites of Aether that one night a group of people were sent to see what was happening on the plateau, and when they returned, they were unable to speak because of fear. Only the next morning could they fearfully whisper about what they saw, including the fate of those who were abducted from their town. It is said that the Aether were a devil breed who sometimes, in a dark and deep cave, worshipped loathsome idols, offered sacrifices to them by dancing to the accompaniment of monotonous music, and summoned something from below hell by hitting their palms on the ground. Today, some habitations were found in the archaeological excavations, but none of the caves in that region contained idols similar to those mentioned in the myths. How do I see? Okay, options, hints, gameplay. Bring mouse sensitivity down a bit. There. Particles. I'm gonna save, because why not? Save game. Okay. get a hint from? How do I... Hints would be better if, you know... Not that. Looked at that. There's nothing else in there. So it almost seems like the earthquake happened because of that. There's nothing on here I can click on. Nothing here I can click on either. No. Oh, okay. Could leave. Okay, just the painting. I wonder. Oh, that's my car key. A letter opener. Oh, here's where I can do it. A hint. Calendar. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. There's something different about this picture. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Someone move this painting. The scene has been sealed by the police. Who could have gotten here? Let's see the back of it. Seems to be something in it. I need something to open it with. An envelope. No hints available, huh? Ah, there we go. Oh! Oh, okay, so I have to combine them in here. Jonathan, you know that I like to stick to the point. I'm writing this out to you because I know that shortly something bad is going to happen to me. For about 4 months now, we haven't seen each other, and I didn't reveal my location because I knew that as long as I was looking after the company, keeping things in order, you wouldn't worry about me. I will speak plainly. I know that you don't like me and the feeling is mutual. This is not the time for such matters. About 1 year ago, I bought a house in the old northern quarter, and I was living there during the gradually increasing time periods when we didn't speak to each other. True to my nature, mysteries of olden time always attracted me much more than anything else, and you also know that I never wanted to mention my present situation, neither to you nor to anyone else. The fact, up until 2 months ago, I never even considered such a thing. And now, despite the inconceivable nature of the situation that I am in, I can hardly suppress my feeling of reluctance. You can call this a sort of childish jealousy, but I don't care. Right now, it is impossible to tell you what has happened. If you wonder, you can acquire a little information from my notes, which I've included in this package. There's just one thing I want from you. Do not go there and sell it any way you can. Do this both for you and for our family's honor, and don't go to the police regarding this affair. Don't go whatever happens. You will find the address below. We will not meet again. Take care, Clark. Oh, wait, what? Underlining specific words or sentences. How do I underline? Press the underline button. What the heck is the underline button? Oh, underline. Underline Clark. Clark. Click the read think button. Interesting. The end of the letter Clark is written, and it's written to Jonathan, his brother. These are the notes that Jonathan mentioned in his statement. Okay. All documents are researched in this manner. Um, Nothing particularly interesting. There's an address here, but of what? Uh, Interesting. Mr. Field secretly bought a house. Okay. I bought a house. Nothing particularly interesting. Really? Okay. Clark Field warned his brother not to go to the police. But why? Oh, that was a hidden clue? Huh. Okay. Really? What if I just go line by line, apparently? Nah, I'm good. I don't need the hint yet. Huh. I'll just brute force it. I didn't think it was going to be up in the top part. Okay. Okay, now this is going to be the. Now that I'm thinking about it. Here's the address. Alright, the key in the envelope must be to his house. I better go there to continue the investigation. There we go. Achievement unlocked. Field agent. Okay. 1/3/2011, I decided to write these notes precisely 1 month after I bought this house, in which I have found myself lost in thought, adrift in its dim silence. I escaped the meaningless monotony of my life by listening to every creak, every sound the house makes. I may not write often, but I think that these notes are important. I found this house only by astonishing coincidence. I'd gotten lost on the snow-covered narrow streets of this part of the city while I was wandering. I felt in awe, as though I was adrift in some misty past. I awoke from my wonder and strove to find the way back. That is how I came to this house. Its majestic appearance attracted my attention. For some time I had wanted a place to come to from time to time, to listen to this overlooked world of the past that no one knows and where no one wants to come. I found a barely legible metal plate on the half-ruined garden wall that showed the number of the house. It was covered with rust, probably as old as the house itself. Without hesitation, I recorded this number in my digital organizer, which I bought some time ago because of my increasing forgetfulness. When I inspected it from the outside, it was obvious that no one lived there at the time. I examined it in order to learn if it was for sale or not, and I can't describe my feelings when I found the person who was selling it. Later, I talked to the vendor, and with a happy smile on his face, I remember he said that he had never come here before the house had been left to his company because of a mortgage, and he wanted to sell it right away, but never thought that this would happen. He didn't know anything more about the house, and in fact, I wouldn't have cared if he had. I bought it without hesitation. There's one point that I don't want to continue without mentioning. After I bought the house, I learned that it had another admirer who introduced himself as Ivar Bergen, a Norwegian immigrant. Judging from his appearance, it was obvious that he was a wealthy person, and I remember that he said when we first met that he was also an aspiring owner, but it seemed that he was too late. 1/18 of 2011, this house is an old and real place beyond my imagination. I cannot stop thinking of what it would say if walls could talk. Some of the surrounding houses have been abandoned and shunned by people and are on the brink of collapse. A few of them even collapsed a long time ago. Makes me wonder as to the probability of restoration having been done fairly. Recently, since the house is still standing firm and strong, I am sure that this house is as old as the surrounding ones. Maybe the main reason for the bad reputation of this quarter is the different rumors that are often spread about some of the abandoned houses. These rumors recount how these houses have sometimes had bad owners, including some unknown foreigners. Some people in the town consider the crime rate to be high here, but that has not been my experience. The inhabitants of the neighborhood keep very much to themselves and don't socialize frequently, other than to gossip quietly amongst themselves. 2/16 of 2011, I've started getting to know Ivan Berger and can say that our interests coincide almost completely. He visited me after our first meeting, and we took the opportunity to talk at length. He managed to enchant me with his vast knowledge of mystic subjects. We talked the night away, discussing topics of mutual interest, and he told me about the things he experienced in some Eastern European countries and in India, and his connections with some really esoteric and secret people and societies. He told me that he had read some books and tomes which were prohibited, or attempts had been made to try to destroy them a long time ago. I cannot describe the pleasure I had when he expressed his unbelievable theories about the background of most of the things which are assumed to be superstitions, which proofs cited from things he had read in some of the ancient sources. For a long time, I lived alone amongst ordinary people and cannot describe the empty feeling that I always felt within me. From now on, I think that I will not have such a problem anymore. In life, it is really hard to find someone who you can speak with, even within your own family. I told Ivor this from the bottom of my heart and encouraged him to visit me whenever he likes. Nice. Made a friend. 3/3/2011. Before tending to the outdoor areas, I decided to restore the interior of the house. To do this, I was assisted by the original blueprints. While I was checking the antique furniture last night in order to decide what to throw away, I found one carved wooden statue and a strange well-like dig whose opening was carefully covered with a single piece of rusty metal plate, and some wooden blocks. I had not checked this room before since its key was not given to me with the others. I might have noticed this beforehand, but I didn't have much time to get the keys, being busy with company agreements, and the man from whom I bought this house was abroad traveling. Incidentally, there's another point that I can't continue without mentioning. That room, which oddly enough contains a well, has no electric wiring. It is really strange that, in contrast, all the other rooms have electricity. So I had to light up the room with some lanterns, which I found amongst the old furniture of the house. Felt the slightly cold draft coming from within the carefully covered well, and occasionally I heard some rattling sounds. Because I didn't have a strong enough flashlight, I couldn't examine the situation down below. I even threw a few small wooden blocks down, but I only heard sounds which made me think that the ground at the bottom is covered with mud. As soon as possible, I'm going to buy a stronger flashlight and try to examine down below. There isn't even the slightest clue regarding the reasons for digging such a well. Maybe it is the entrance to an underground room which was dug for the purpose of taking shelter during an extraordinary situation such as a war. I wanted to take a look down there, but the ladder at the side seemed too rusty and flimsy. I decided that trying it would be too dangerous. I tried to find another way, but I couldn't find anything useful at the time. The carved wooden statue is a complete enigma. I have no idea what it depicts. Whenever I hold it, due to reasons that I can't comprehend, I feel that it is very ancient. It was carved smoothly from a species of tree that I don't recognize, and it contains a secret compartment. I think that I unintentionally did something because it opened by itself, or maybe it was already open, I am not sure. There was nothing in the secret compartment. It was completely empty. Oddly enough, I felt that it had once stored something very precious. In addition, the beautiful, yet subtle smell is dispersing from within the secret compartment. Cannot tell what it is, but maybe it's some type of incense. 3/24 of 2011. How long does this go? Okay, this is the last. I think I've really started to get used to the house during the first weeks, although I even hid this from myself. I felt like I wasn't going to get used to being here. I was jumping at every creak and cautiously listening to every sound. I kept waking up because of some excessively dense, strange smell, whose source I couldn't identify, and then I wasn't able to get back to sleep again. Yes, this may sound childish, but this house has a genius low key, which is really effective. As if all the creaks which are heard within and all these musty smells are alien. Maybe some of the stories that I have heard from some of the local people have influenced my thinking. The importance of these stories, most of them being related to the old owners of the house, seem too much for the local people. When they talk about these matters, a tone dominates their voice that is a mixture of awe and reverence, and as though they are afraid of being heard, they start to whisper. According to the stories, this quarter is one of the first settlements of which Wellsmith, and for this reason, the houses which are standing now are the reconstructed or at least vastly restored versions of the old original ones. There's a special purpose for trying to keep some of the houses intact. They are too tight-lipped about this purpose. They mention some connections and deep wells, like the one I found in my house, but they refrain from describing the purpose of these. If I investigate further, I hope to learn more about these connections or deep wells. 4/21/2011. I have completed all the preparations for the restoration and hired a competent and experienced team. They will start working next week to change all the inner wooden planking and wallpaper. I hope that with these changes I can stop all these musty and other unknown smells. I can't say that Ivor likes his restoration process. He asserted that such changes are going to destroy the original genius Loki, and he argued with me on this for a long time. For some reason that I cannot understand, I can't stop thinking that he was more angry than he let on. Yes, I know that he is really sensitive about such topics, but I can't change his opinions. I told him that this is going to be a restoration that is based on the original design. I'm not going to change my mind about this. As soon as possible, I want to have the restoration process complete. Interesting. Okay. Time to go to the house. Clark's Field residence. Okay. Let's go. Oh, that's a different road, finally. Nice. This place welcomes one with a threatening sulk. You reach it by climbing through serpentine, shady, tunnel-like streets where the house Houses bulge and lean against each other, and the hostile natives peer out of windows and doors furtively. Fun! That sounds fun. The interior looks much different than the exterior would suggest. Looks so mysterious. I think I can find something here. Good. Great. What's here? It's a locket. Okay. Locked? This door is not locked. I think there's something behind it that blocks it. Interesting. What about this door? Pretty. Very pretty. This door is locked. Okay. Oh? Oh, there's a note written on the back of the photo that reads Jonathan and Clark Field. This is the only family picture here. Cute. Pretty. I don't know why I looked at that, but okay. Ooh, starry. Is that Starry Night? Looks like it could be. Nice. Oh, what's this? These are Mr. Field's notes. So my notes were not the complete set. Oh, great. Good. I hadn't had quite enough reading yet. Wait, that's... Oh, I can't look at that. Okay. I have to wonder if I missed something, but... Oh, it is much colder here than the other parts of the house. Wait, what? I missed some of that. Smells weird here. Could be some kind of incense. Mr. Field's cellar smells strange. Maybe something else. Okay. Messy. Okay. A number of pots that contain some substance that smells like rue and harmel. What the heck is rue and harmel? It's locked. An electric panel. Okay, so I don't have what I need here yet, apparently. Okay. Where else can I go then? Blocked. The one in here that would lead there is locked. The further in. That's one. Huh. The key doesn't seem to fit. Is this for the basement? No, it was just to get me in here, right? Why would I still have it? I don't think I can use that here. I need to try something else. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Wait a sec. What was that? There's wet soil on this shovel. Wet soil? Okay. There's got to be something in here then. Something I'm missing. Door. Lamp. Sofa. Three paintings. Can't do anything with. There's something I could do here? No. How about here? No. Uh-huh. Marmal is a plant that has entheogenic properties. It is used in some regions of the world as an air and mine purifier. That doesn't make sense, really. That doesn't make sense. Okay, if you say so. Salmon screen. Past 2 weeks, I was out of town because of my job, and when I returned feeling tired, I learned that the restoration had not been completed due to the sounds that some of the workers suggested came from the cellar. This incident made me really angry, and I immediately... How long is this? Good God. Okay, I'm going to read this later, I think. Now, maybe it'll give me a hint. No hints. No? There's nothing to think about, huh? Key to Clarkfield's old house. Okay. Part 1 to 4. 2 of 4. Huh. Great. Alright, you know what? We'll read these. Okay, so the incident made me really angry, and I immediately obtained a strong flashlight in order to find out what those superstitious vagrants may have been afraid of. My purpose was, by using the old rusty ladder, to go down there and just take a look down there. And it didn't matter how many steps down I took, the ground continued to be concealed in a claustrophobic pitch darkness of the well. A short time later, I noticed the opening of a horizontal tunnel. I entered the tunnel to check it. I don't know how long I stayed in there, wondering why and when this worm-like burrow was dug, but when I decided to proceed, I felt that my legs were aching. After moving forward a short distance, I reached a wide chamber, which was full of blood-curdling strange statues. On the walls, you could see signs of some erased and now, to a great extent, unreadable writings or wall paintings. The air was dominated by some kind of thick, decaying smell which caused me to cough frequently. From the opening of the tunnel on the right and left walls of the chamber, there were some kind of statues which looked almost alive, so much so that, just for a second, I thought that they would rise and start to walk, which I thought depicted saurian-headed creatures with the bodies of men. There was another figure which seemed to depict a ruler, similar to the hybrid statues on the wall, who was sitting on his throne and watching one of these creatures being sacrificed. This scene was depicted with such realism that no one could look at it without feeling a sense of terror. When I got close to the figure sitting on his throne, I noticed that some kind of smoke was leaking in from the gaps that were behind the concrete throne. In fact, this was not easily discerned, because if not for the wind which was blowing the smoke inside, I wouldn't have noticed it at all. I heard some sounds coming from behind those gaps which allowed the wind and smoke to enter. The presence of these gaps made me believe that there may be other chambers below that one. If so, this could be an important archaeological discovery. I jumped with fright on hearing some noises that were certainly coming from beyond the tunnel in the depths of the pitch-black well. Immediately entered the tunnel, intent on locating the source of the noise. In spite of my strong flashlight, visibility was limited. Through weary eyes, it may have been a momentary illusion, or the enormously magnified shadow of a rat being illuminated by my flashlight beam, but I saw, or I think I saw, something moving down there. I jumped with fright because of this, but only later would I realize the thing that shocked me and caused me to wake up from nightmares and listen shivering to the sounds that came from beyond the darkness that, like a thick blanket, covered the places where merciful moonlight cannot reach. While I attempted to see something with my flashlight within that gluttonous darkness, I heard a feeble voice that came from some faraway place, calling out something like "come." The voice was very similar to that of Ivor's familiar low-pitched voice. Through the effect of that shock, I threw my flashlight into that dense and dreary darkness, and with both hands free, I dashed to the cold, damp, and rusty metal ladder, which, at that time, seemed to me as though it was eons old. While I was climbing up, without daring to look down, I caused a piece of the ladder to be broken off, and it fell into the pitch darkness. Maybe because of the comforting feeling provided by this incident, I managed to reach the topping it out of that well. The next morning, when I woke up to my bedroom bathed in sunlight. Hi, bro. How are you? Thought that all of these events were just delusions, merely caused by excessive weariness and insomnia. I am very excited. I kind of just picked this game out of my list of games I hadn't played yet because it was about the right length for 1 or 2 streams without realizing that it was a Lovecraftian horror. So I am psyched. I love Lovecraft's horror. Reached another conclusion. Maybe Ivor was right about the restoration. This sort of place had a very important features invisible to the naked eye, hence I decided to leave the house as it is now. I'm not going to make any further efforts to restore this house. Okay. On the last page. I have no idea.